It is Saturday, the 28th of August, 1954, and the Chicago White Sox are visiting the Philadelphia Athletics. This is our approach to telling the history of America's favourite game. Just as radio stations would recreate baseball games from ticker tape messages, we can research this classic game and present it to you as if you were listening to the radio in 1954. Information was sourced from several sites and records, including retrosheet.org and sportsreference.com. This broadcast should not be considered a complete or fully accurate historical record. Nevertheless, this is our story of the game.
Thanks very much for that, Sally. Well, it remains overcast and the temperature remaining relatively steady. Got it. So it's 80 degrees here, and with just a little bit of carry we can expect from the wind. Welcome to Connie Mack Stadium for what is going to prove to be the last time for this matchup as the Chicago White Sox visit their longtime rivals, the Philadelphia Athletics. The Athletics, of course, continue to not put up the numbers that management were hoping for in terms of tickets, and the rumours continue to swirl that the city of brotherly love is going to lose the Athletics for the 1955 season. But before then, there's still baseball to play, and certainly while there is pride at stake and getting your name noticed for the 1955 season, the Athletics are holding on for pride. 48 games behind the Cleveland Indians here in the American League. And it's a different story with the White Sox. They're in that group, chasing 8 games back from the Cleveland and 4.5 back from the Yankees for your first, second and third in the American series so far. It's 2 games to 1 in favour of the White Sox, but of course after last night's horrific injury after a beanball onto Cass Michaels, I'm glad to report that he is stable in hospital and he is on the mend. The doctors crediting that plastic plate that he made his own decision to put inside his cap, taking the brunt of the ball. So with that in mind in the air, it's going to be a slightly subdued atmosphere. At the same time, I suspect our umpiring crew are going to be having very stern words and keeping a close eye on the inside of the plate. Okay, let's have a look at the lineup since we've got a minute or two before first pitch. White Sox ahead up in this series, and ahead overall actually 16-4 so far against Philadelphia's Athletics. Batting first, it's shortstop Chico Carrascal. Batting second is second baseman Nellie Fox, and batting third, center fielder Minnie Miñoso. Middle of the order, batting fourth George Kell from first base, batting fifth Sherman Lawler catching, and batting sixth is Jim Rivera out of right field. And closing out, left fielder Johnny Groth at 7, third base Fred Marsh at 8, and pitcher Jack Harshman will be Lantern Rouge at 9. Defensive lineup for the Athletics across the top: Joe Taylor, Bill Wilson, and Bill Rana, your left, your centre, and your right. Shortstop will be Joe DeMasteri. Then Ted Rogers 3-2-1 across the middle. Jim Finnegan, Spook Jacobs, and Vic Power. Power at first, Jacobs at second, Finnegan at third. Catcher will be Joe Astroth, and opening up on the mound and pitching for the Philadelphia Athletics is Alex Kellner. Umpiring crew for today, it's full house. Jody Stevens is going to be behind home plate and keeping an eye, as I said, on that inside mark of the plate. Jim Harchuk out in first is going to be the crew chief for the game. Nestor Chilok covering second base, and Bill Grieve covering third. And as the game is nearly underway, we pause now for station identification. You're listening to Classic Baseball Radio, and you can support our recreations with a small pledge at ko-fi.com/Classic Baseball Radio. And don't forget to link, like, love, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you follow your podcast. So 1, 2, 3 as we hear the final warm-up pitches from Alex Kalner going down to Joe Astroth. Chico Carrascal, Nellie Fox and Minnie Miñoso getting us ready underway here. Home-plate umpire Johnny Stevens signaling 2 more warm-ups is what we're getting. We're going to start off with Carrascal, 258 for the season. Letting him to work the count hard here from the right hand. And we're getting ready here. First pitch. We're going to go underway with ball 1. And we're starting, for those of you keeping track, at 13:04 here in the city of Brotherly Love. 1-0 count to get us underway. Surprisingly, Alex Kalner just taking the top of the zone. Now checks the bottom, so it's 2-0. Carrascal himself ahead in the count, relatively sharpish. Swing on that one. It's outside low. It's taking it easy and heading that. Oh, foul goes on that one there. Takes into account equal high, 2-2. Kalner's staying on the outside. Just yesterday, everybody's going to be a little bit on tenor hooks here. 2-2 comes down. That's going to be up the top, going over first base. Big Power's going to run underneath that one and take that for the first out. There's a catch there, the foul ball. Big Power, 1 out on the board. 26 to go then for the White Sox. Nellie Fox steps in now. 3:21 for the season. Much a get on base and drive someone over style of play. Fouls the first one just down towards the Athletics dugout. 1-1. Fox coming out typically with his short grip all round the bat. No weight behind there. Watches that one go past. It's called ball 1. Challenging the curve to the inside there. He's coming in the right hand side of the box, batting left-handed. 1-1. Swings outside low, ball 2. Just a little bit unsettled from Kalner, not surprised. I suspect we're going to see the same. Quiet, take it easy from Jack Harshman as well. 1. Trying to work that curve as it goes to 3-1 on Fox. Comes in, solid contact, goes high down the left field. Wind is going to push that down just a little bit. Joe Taylor's not going to get there in time. Bounces just to his left by the warning try. Nellie Fox is just going to ease up and take the single on that one there. Taylor relays that one straight in. Mystery covering second base. So, got ourselves an opening base runner. Nellie Fox take a single down to left field. Also in now, 100 RBIs for the season so far. Fouls the first one off. 1-1. Right-handed. Good here will bring everybody up to second and first. Not one. There he is. Goes down the left field as well. Fox is on the move up there. Takes second and Miñoso takes first. And again, Taylor having to sprint in to get that one and relay it in. Fox taking a big enough lead actually to get over in time. So runners first and second. George Cal. Leadership and a calming presence coming in here as well. Without who's been around the baseball box to be keeping an eye on the rookies. The sophomores, just letting them know that it's still baseball to play. Fouled off, goes down the left field line as well. Joe Taylor's going to have to keep an eye on his positioning if that's the case. Roger was staring a little bit. The gap by the shortstop. Ball 1. Bit of movement coming off a two-seamer there from Kellner. So count is Colt low. Kell fouls that one. Left field again. Surprising, whenever he's getting balls to the outside just now. Kellner lobs that one up. It's going in foul territory. There's one that Taylor actually might be able to catch that one. There's the second out. Taylor takes that one. Another one in foul territory. Taylor gets himself underneath that one. 2 away. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, and no score here in the top of the first as Sharman Lawler comes in now. Another veteran. Recognises the situation, seeing a little bit of power from himself. Find a way through there. Fouls away. Not in one. The right-hander. Another one sending it down the left field. Maybe just not quite there. The camera shakes one off from Astroth. Oh, wicked off speed. And Lawler spins round and starts the pirouette move. Stopped it just before. Looks more like a gymnast and less like a catcher. 1-1. Another foul. Ball away again. Sitting on the outside. It's going to be 1-2. Governor knows that the first one takes that one. Happy to watch it through. Popped up. It's going towards first base. Vic Power is going to be underneath that one, and he takes another one out. Fair territory this time, but it's out number 3. And with that, side is retired. 2 hits, but no runs for the White Sox. 2 left on base as well, and no errors charged to the Philadelphia Athletics. Okay, a chance to look now at the Athletics lineup. Smith Jacobs, second baseman, is going to be leading off. Big Power, first baseman, is going to be second, and Jim Finnegan, third base, is going to be third. Middle of the order, right fielder Bill Renner at 4th, left fielder Joe Taylor at 5th, and center fielder Bill Wilson at 6th. Base, out. And Joe Misteri, shortstop, is closing out the order at 7. Joe Astroth catches 8th, and Melanchon Roos is pitcher Alex Kellner. Both pitchers have a little bit of bite to their bats. Curiously, both Kellner and Harshman on 167 and 5 RBIs for this season. Jacob steps in, ready to go now. And watches ball 1. That one goes high from Harshman. 6-year-old rookie. He's looking to make his mark on the league, and he's certainly doing that this year. Ball 2. Again, looking just a little bit tentative, known for the fastball and a slider that drops in the last third. As Jacobs fouls off one of those sliders, bounces towards his own dugout. 2-1. It's going to be called strike 2. It goes equal high. Jacobs, very low strikeout rate, like 1 in 20, 1 in 25 we have here. Ball 3. Jacobs watches that one go past, slides away down and out. It's a full count. Payoff pitch coming up. Popped up. It's going into foul territory. Fred Marsh is going to run underneath that one. He's going to get it at the wall. First out there. Popped up towards third base. A sprint almost into the crowd for Marsh, and he can just literally hand that off quietly to an Athletics fan at the side. There are not many of those in the stadium right now. Only max capacity is well over 40,000, and I don't even think we've reached 4,000. Okay, Vic Power coming in for Philadelphia now. Watches ball 1. It's another one goes sliding out to the outside. Fouls his next one off. 1-1. Power flash, 249 for the season. Just that one go past, no, cold strike two. Little look back there from Power to Stevens, heading home plate. Things said though, both teams are going to be aware they're going to be in a short leash until everything settles in, I think. Going low on that one, it's drift to the inside. So far pitchers are staying away from that space. Memories of Cass Michaels' devastating injury last night. Line drive goes down, base hit to left field. Johnny Garth will collect that up off the ground, relay it in, and Vic Power will hold up steady at first base. One out, one batter runner for the Athletics, matching the Chicago White Sox, and one out, one batter runner from our first inning. No score as yet here. Jim Finnegan, over from New York in the off-season, getting himself established as a solid rookie young player. Reached the All-Stars this year. See a lot out of him. Get ball one, laying outside. Ball two. Get 303 for the season. The Athletics banner to go over 300 in the lineup. And Howell high up and over. 2-1. Oh, strike two. Sending that one on a late slide. 2-2. Where? Low on that one. Then he goes out of reach, trying to hit the grounder, you think there. Finnegan letting it go. So, it's the payoff. Ground straight up to shortstop. Carrascal picks that one over to Ellie Fox. There's the force out at second. Goes for the relay, not in time. Just the one out there. Finnegan sending that one along the ground up to short. Carrascal with an easy toss to Fox to force out Vic Power. And then the turn to go for the double, but not in time. Finnegan, long legs, getting him there on the fielder's choice. Renner steps in now. The one runner at first, 2-8 for the Athletics. Renner's got a huge swing on in if you can make contact. Send that right up. Ball one, again to the outside. Pitchers just wary of moving in yet. Cutting down their options, giving all the banners a chance to know where it's going to go as we get the count equal. That takes it to Cologne. So that one go past. Every fastball just over shoulders. Quite a situation for ducking back there and keeping the bat on the shoulders. Get yourself on toes. 2-1. To move out the way on that one, round the belt on the outside. 3-1 to Renner. And Renner draws the walk there. Fastball ducking underneath as well. So it's in a scoring position for Jim Finnegan. Renner from first on the walk. Joe Taylor stepping in now for the Athletics. His fourth game here up from the minors. So what expected of him. Just in his fourth game here, trying to get his eye into pitching, and that one's going to be lofted up, fly ball, hemming long. Miñoso is going to be underneath that one. Waves everybody. It's going to be safe in the glove. There we are, right? Number 3, Miñoso takes that in center field, and Joe Taylor drawn into the swing. Sending that high, short, and an easy one for the White Sox. Minnie Miñoso to take that one in the outfield. So one hit in there, but no runs for the Athletics. 2 left on base and no errors charged to the Chicago White Sox. So, played through our first inning, Chicago White Sox 0, Philadelphia Athletics 0.
CRESCA, BLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never borrow money needlessly, just when you must. Borrow them or loans are a specialty from folks you trust. Borrow confidently from HSC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Welcome back to Connie Mack, as it's our final chance to see the White Sox take on the Athletics, at least for the foreseeable future. Jim Rivera, Johnny Groth, Fred Marsh in for the White Sox. Good Jim Rivera. Base clearing triple yesterday. An 11-0 rout by the White Sox. Pins up from an Alex Keller. And we'll see ball 1. Interestingly, both just staying to the outsides. Vera, it's cold. Strike 1 on that one as we go equal low. Wonder when our pitchers are going to move the inside. Not yet. Ground ball heads up towards Spook Jacobs. Underneath arm to big power, one away. Rivera sending that one bouncing along the ground. Jacobs positioned perfectly for the 4-3. Comfortable on the Athletics defense there. So Johnny Groth, 79 for the season here. Throws a ball. Bit of a change up there. It's good going through the arsenal. Groth, known for the toughness, sitting there digging the heels in, seeing when he can come out. Outside low that he just leads for 2-0. 279 for the season. Swing on there, but it's rare that he'll do it just out of the kindness of his heart. 3-0. Sends that one well wide at belt height. Batting right-handed. 3-0. Comes in. Popped up. Goes towards short. Georgia Mysteri's going to take that one. Yes! A little bit of a fly ball up towards short. There's a little bit of a diving catch on that one and waves to the... I mean, I'd say I have to wait for a count on the attendance, but where are we going? We'll count them by hand. 2 away. Top of the second, no score race yet as we welcome in Fred Marsh. Keller sends that one to the outside, 1-0. Fred Marsh in at third base and replacing Cass Michaels. Marsh will certainly be a little bit of pressure on that. 2-0 as it goes inside. You're not listening at the top of the game. We have had word in from the doctors in the hospital that it's as stable. That horrendous beating straight to the head last night. Cold strike 1. Strike 1 on Fred Marsh, so it's 2-1. A lot of discipline from Marsh. Gets out of the plate. Base running that loves the small ball. His Manning matches that one on a 3-1 count. Sitting there waiting for it to go through. Fouls that one. Goes up and over. 29 for the season. I think that just doesn't reflect the walks that he's been managed to draw as well. So it's a 3-2. Low on that curveball, and that's going to send Marsh on the walk up to first base. So, runner on. Jack Harshman now in our first pitcher v pitcher matchup of the day. Said both batters on a 167 for the year. Taylor gets the ball to the outside. 1-0. Harshman gets first blood. Well, the big three stats, the only one that's different is home run. Harshman has connected to make the distance. That time he'll let it go past. 2-0. Does have the power in the swing there to hit the fence. It might be a little bit more difficult today. 2-0. Fouled off a little bit, Manic there. It's hitting the very top of the bat. Harshman coming in from the left-hander's point of view. It's got the swing, but the wind coming in from third over to home might just dull that slightly. Get ball 3. 3-1 on the Ladder Rouge, so it's top of the order. Carousel on deck. And a walk is drawn. It's 2 in a row for Kellner. And the 8 and 9 on the batting card as well. So, second White Sox into scoring position. Back to the top of the order. Carousel. Popped up down first base foul territory. First inning. Watches that one. Goodbye for ball 1. Fastball bouncing around belt height. The outside. Staying away. Going to have to make the point of going in there at some point. Line drive, heads down towards Layfield. That's going to be a base hit, and Marsh is going to turn past third, and he's going to bring it in. Taylor relays the throw in there. That's the first one home as Marsh heads over the plate there, and Joe Taylor picks up that ball and gets it into Joe Misteri at short hurriedly. That's going to hold Harshman up at second. Carscale's going to get the RBI single to first base. Fred Marsh just the first run on the board for the White Sox. Last line drive, coming off a heavy fastball there as well. Carscale drives that out towards left field between Taylor and Wilson. Taylor gets it and does the relay in. So runners at first and second once more, with 2 away. Nellie Fox in now, singled the first inning. We'll be looking for that again. Heavy bat there and a slap hit though. Any base call for the defense. Getting 1-0. Fox batting left-handed. Fouls that one away. Scrappy Kellner just drifting that one in towards the middle but low. Ball doing what it needs to do. Curves away too much there, so it's going to be 2-1 taken. Fox shakes another one off. Bjorn Astroth. Remembering yesterday's blowout, trying to avoid that as well. Still in the inning now. As that goes for ball 3. 3-1. Runner at first, runner at second, 2 away. White Sox up by 1, looking for more. High ball goes towards right field. Bill Renner's going to be underneath that one, and Bill Renner takes it out the air. Out number 3. And then not before the damage has started. One hit in there from Chico Carrasquel. It's an RBI, bringing home Fred Marsh. 2 left out on base for the White Sox. No errors, short. The Athletics defense. Rounder and 2 flyouts. All smothered nicely by the Athletics. So when we come back for the bottom of the second, the Athletics are going to have Bill Wilson, Joe Misteri, Joe Astroth in to bat. You're listening to Classic Baseball Radio. As always, your links, your likes, your loves, your shares, and subscribes are welcome. Keep an eye on the games that are happening around the rest of the leagues today. Phillies are out over at the Cubs, so it's 2 times to getting the reversal. Game in Chicago, 1 game in Philadelphia, depending on where your favourite flavours are. Keep an eye on that and all the other games as we go through this game here. Season going strongly for the White Sox, so they'll be hoping to see Cleveland and the Yankees swap a game if at all possible. Goes at home to Detroit, so then at home to Pittsburgh. Wilson, Nevesteri and Astroff all getting ready to go now. Wilson stepping in. High strikeout rate. Harshman will be aware of that one. 6'2" rookie. That one to open up for ball 1. It goes low. Shades towards the inside. Pitchers haven't established where the inside is. They're comfortable on the outside. Wilson fouls that one up and over, and it's got a high pop on it, but going to be somebody picking that one up as a souvenir. But they'll have to be quite high up in the stands. Counters equal low. 1-1. Hold strike 2. Sending that one low and just drifting to the inside as well. Harshman's just getting a feel on that one. Pitchers taking it easy. Ball 2. Out goes call high. So he's got the power if he can find the right moment to get the contact. Don't think it's that. It's going to go foul down first base. George Kell back, pedaling and takes that one. Kell does the capture right next to. Well, it's going to be impossible to see a full stand anywhere around today, so it's 1 away. White ball out to third. Nevesteri steps in now. A light touch hitter. More precision and a bit where moving around rather than hitting for the fences. We'll give it a go. 7 home runs. Ball 1. 7 home runs in the season. At 225. More situational player, but there's no runners on. Got a huge amount of opportunities to play with his full arsenal. Okay, it's equal low on that one. 1-1. Harshman's just starting to put some in the centre high to centre low as he moves that one over high. 1-1 fastball goes up towards the centre field man. Also looks like he's going to get a comfortable catch on that one. Yes, it's there. And Rivera was on the move to cover and just gives him the pat on the back. Fly ball out of centre field for the second out. Nevesteri heads it back in. So 2 up, 2 down. Catcher Joe Astroff for the Athletics. Against the play. Patient swinger. 197, but again a high walk count, similar to what we saw. Both the guys, I can't find any notes now. Ball 1. Astroff taking his time. See that bat skin his shoulder a lot. Does there. Harshman sending that slider low. No. It's cold strike 1. Slider gets the place there. 1. And low again. Fastball more though this time, just pitching that in. Speed, so it's 3-1. Nice so far. White Sox being the first one up in the top of the second, bottom of the second. Philadelphia Athletics looking to come back. And Astroff draws the walk. So it's not going to be a 3 up, 3 down. White Sox, first base George Kell gets some company to Orthros, which is 90 feet says thank you very much. Okay, so it's the first pitcher the other way. Jack Harshman delivering. Kellner receiving. Kellner's a capable batter. Don't like to expend too much energy on the plate unless the moment is there. And the moment is there. As goes high and long out to centre field. Miñoso's going to have to head slightly towards over the right. Jim Rivera is going to be trying to join him. Astroth passes there, turns the burn, and there's run number 2 goes over, and it's going to be an RBI double for Alex Kellner. And the pitcher battle very much goes the White Sox way. That's 2 on the board in the inning as Astroth heads past second, heads third, looks back. It's still scrappy in the outfield, and he gets the green light. Off he goes into home plate, slides in, and the ball nowhere close. Also gets that one, relays into Carrascal to put the stop on at third. Astroth had already left, and Kellner had already held up. So it's back to the top of the order, and we're all tied up here. 1 run apiece. 2 away for the Athletics as Spook Jacobs steps back in just now. That one go past. Maybe just giving that one up now, has to gather himself again. Athletics will somewhere be only there, we're not going to get it. Shut out to 9. Ball 2. Doing a little bit more scanner gun. Back to that outside and low. Really been able to establish that one either. Fouled off, barely down the first base line. The wind had been just a little bit less. I wonder if that would have had distance and brought Kellner home. Kellner up at second in scoring position. 2 away, 1 of the White Sox. On to the Athletics here in the bottom of the second. Jacobs, that one go past to a 3-1 count. He'll strike out right, himself to a 3-1 shot. Fouls that one again. Down the first base line. 3. It's their full count, but we've got all the lights are on. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Jacobs just steps back now from the plate. Just rhythm, just trying to make the 26-year-old off balance. Steps back in. 3-2 payoff. Popped up's going to stay on the infield. Actually, Marsh is going to be underneath that one, and Marsh takes that one to end the inning. That's a pop up that actually stays in fair territory for once, but it's out number 3, no matter where it was going to land. 1 hit in the second inning, and it was the RBI double from pitcher Alex Kellner in the first run for the Philadelphia Athletics here. 1 left on base. Whereas to the White Sox, so through 2, 1 run apiece here at Connie Mack. And when we come back, the White Sox back level. Minnie Miñoso, George Kell, Sharon Lolar looking to make the difference.
CRESCA, BLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never borrow money needlessly, just when you must. Borrowing loans are a specialty from folks you trust. Borrow confidently from HFC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Welcome back, Ewan Spence for Classic Baseball Radio here. Chicago White Sox 1, Philadelphia Athletics 1, as we have Miñoso, Kell, and Lolar ready to bat. Alex Kellner, starting pitcher, unsurprisingly still out here. Joe Astroth doing the catching, and throwing out together. Both looking ready to be comfortable. This is going to be so second time seeing Kellner. All 1. Sends that one in low. He's working the curve and little bit of a two-seam in here. It's a little bit away from the change-up. Both of these pitches, as I said, yesterday's look just staying away from the inside play. And I think the managers and everybody are just letting them be aware the impact yesterday's rain had. Equal on Miñoso. Ball 2. Phil's bunt. There's the bunt, but it's popped up. Astroth dives underneath that one, gets that one. And also going for the bunt attempt, and it goes skyward instead of downward, and there's just enough reaction time from Astroth. And the legs pushing him underneath that one there for the first out. Okay, so what's that? That's P2F. I put a little exclamation mark behind plays like that one as well. Also heads back, George Kell comes in. Foul territory catch by Joe Taylor all the way out there in left field in the first. Kell, it's a cold strike one to open with. Taking that one. A bit of movement on the fastball, a little bit of wobble out. Equal though on the count, 1-1. Say that, yeah, can understand why nobody's going to the inside on this one. Fouled up and away. 2. Do you have to think? Okay, so there hasn't been a warning to both teams, but I do wonder if the umpires are going, what are the cards going? Take it easy today, boys. We're going to be strict on the inside. Ball 2. This pitcher's just going to have to decide, and I wonder if it's just going to be one of them just throwing at us. Fastball right to the inside when time is right for a bit of surprise. Fouled away, so we'll do 2-2 again. Cal. Colin Price, the veteran, will be welcomed in the locker room from the rookies, no doubt. Back to 2-2. Ball 3. Just outside. Batting right-handed. There's 3-2. Payoff. That's going to go high down the left field line. Joe Taylor's going to go underneath that, steps into foul territory. Again, takes that one. Taylor at full stretch, and it's another gift to a fan, and Cal drops the baseball almost into the same spot again out there. Foul territory down the left field line, so it's 2 away. 1 run apiece here at the top of the third. Veteran, righty, bang, bang. George Kell steps away. Sherm Lola steps in. Out to first in the first. So cold strike 1. Side and high on that one. Keller draws the swing. I'll be shaking his head at that one. Keller snaps one down and low. 1-1. Nobody really heading anywhere other than the outside low corners. There's an occasional to the outside, but there's Kellner curving down once more. 1-1. Kellner, very much more of this in his style, this game of control. It's 3-1. Keep the ball low and letting the defense do that, although most of them have been sent up high. He's sending out Joe Taylor and Jim Finnegan's way down the left field line. And that's ball 4. Lullard lines the throw on that one. Goes low again, so runner at first for the White Sox. 3 innings, 3 base runners. the board in the second for that one. Jim Rivera in now. Round out 4-3 previously. It's a count to 1-0. Go back. They're shaking one off. Stroth is framing the glove on the inside and Kellner's shaking it off. Doesn't want to go there. Gets the ball fouled away though. It's 1-1, but Kellner, 6-year vet, he's seen baseball in many forms. Ball 2, pitch. Rivera cleared the bases last night. He's got the speed on that aggressive bat in 286. 2-1. So that was ball 3. It's going to be a 3-1 count. 2 away. Runners on first. Kellner comes set. Grounder bounces up towards and past Book Jacobs. That's going to be a base hit. Rounder's going to have to sprint in from the right field. Picks that one in and throws over to Jacobs, who's covering second, but Sherm Lormer's already there. Jim Rivera. It's the single. It's up Lawler. Runners first and second. 2 away for the White Sox. No margin here with the outs, but putting the pressure on the Athletic. Johnny Groth. 79 for the season. Flew out to short in the second. Tonight's game so far, 1 apiece. Groth able to break that one up if he can. He's got the options with a runner in scoring position. Grounder goes towards Jim Finnegan. He's going to take him over. Long throw over. Power first. And there's your third out. Johnny Groth sending that along the ground. Finnegan scoops it up nicely and says, that's going to first base on the 5-3. 1 hit in the inning. No runs from it though. 2 left on base for the Chicago White Sox. Winding this one out. No errors over to the Athletics defense as well. Athletics are going to get Vic Power and Jim Finnegan back in action. Power be batting first in the bottom of the third, followed by Finnegan and Bill Rana for third. Still 1 run apiece. Athletics do have the final attendance in. It's not taking long to count that one, is it? Attendance right now 1,867. It's a long way short of what Connie Mack can hold. I think it's pretty much indicative of the love that left the Athletics here. The business and shenanigans. Nobody is expecting to see the Athletics here next year. All signs pointing to Kansas City. Vic Power steps in now. Single in the first, fouls his first one away. 1-1. Harshman just putting a bit of pace on that one there. Gonna be bar. Nope, swung for it. Called strike 2. Power flashes round. That's what they mean by the Puerto Rico flash. Just starts to have word with Stevens, one playing umpire, and the warning hand drifts away. Okay, Power's back into the book now. Certainly not happy with that one. Harshman sends in a fastball, gets away. Power's going to head up to first base. Waller does the throw over up to Kell. And that's going to be a dropped third, but run out on the bases. Harshman getting the hay on that one. Bounces out of lower scope, but doesn't go any further than toes. So it's an easy pickup and throw over to Cal at first. First K on the board for Jack Hartman though. Jim Finnegan comes in now, fielder's choice in the first. Force out and Vic Power. Vic Power though already back to the dugout. 0-1 comes in, Harshman plays on the outside, just a hit low on that one. Second one's fouled off. 1-1. Plays that Finnegan went for the chase on that one. Sitting there on the outside, 1-1. Oh, fly ball going out towards Minnie Miñoso once again, slightly towards the left, feet are planted, and that's the next out. Miñoso covering centre field like a little jackrabbit. 2 up, 2 down. Bill ran up, managed to get a walk out of Harshman in the first. Opportunities to get that big swing going through. Fouls that one. Swing going underneath the ball there. 1-1. Certainly looking to make the contact there, but perhaps just a point getting the eye, and Harshman doing a rarely seen change up from him. Grounder straight back towards Harshman. He's going to take a few steps over to Cal and underarm just to make sure of it. And there's out number 3. And a 3 up, 3 down. It's that pitch into Vic Power, getting away from Lawler. A slight tease. But nevertheless, no hits, no runs, none left on base. 3 batters faced, no errors charged. So we played through 3, and it's still White Sox 1, Athletics 1. When we come back, it's the 8-9-1 for the White Sox. Fred Marsh, Jack Harshman, and Chicago Cass.
C-R-E-S-C-A, B-L-A-N-C-A, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never bow money, needlessly, just when you must. Bottled and Malone, Valley Casualty, from folks you trust. Borrow confidently from HSC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Top of the 4th here at Connie Mack. And the White Sox not finding a way past the Athletics just yet. Athletics managing to go behind 1 and then immediately snapping back in the second. So it's 1 run apiece. Red Marsh, Jack Harshman, Lucas Gal in for the White Sox. Kelder Astroth, our pitcher-catcher combination, still going strong here. Ball 1. Kelder decides to set up on the low. Center of the play. I wonder if we're just going to start to see a little bit of a drift in just now. Fouled away that one there. 1-1. Kelder starting to move onto the inside just now. 1-1. There, yeah, that's going low and inside. So Kelder's decided in honor and everything is satisfied as we get to the bottom of the second run through. 2-1. Line drive single. It's heading out towards Bill Wilson in center field, but it's going to give Marsh the time to get up to first base, and there we are. Base hit. Marsh sends that one lightning along the ground out to center field. Just to the left of the second bag. Bill Wilson on top of that one. So, first opening batter onto base for the White Sox. Batter loose time and pitcher time as well. Jack Harshman drew the walk-off his opposite number in the second inning. Back to face him again. Keller sends that one low and outside. Marsh would have seen that one going to the inside. I wonder if Callan's just going to not give away that spot to his opposite number. It was hefty outside for 2-0. Harshman shows bunt, pulls back. That's the 3-0. He's thinking of it. See if really stepping in just 1 or 2. There's the bunt, lays down, goes back towards that. The man Callan takes that over. Oh, the big power, and there's a 1 away. But that's going to give Fred Marsh second base. Callan is already on the run, and the momentum taking to first base, so make sure of the out. Sack bunt. It's been a small ball from Harshman, puts Fred Marsh into second base. Scoring position. They are 1 for 2 with runners in scoring. One for 3 actually with runners in scoring as they go back to the top of the order. For Carousel. Walk taken there as Palmer sends that to the outside. Oh, inside. Anything on the inside now is just looking a little bit worrying in this game. We've seen it through 3 innings. She decided to break that taboo. It's 3-0, so that one gets out away outside and high. Where it is now, it takes it. It's outside low for ball 4. First base was open there. So runners first and second. Tied game here in the top of the 4th as the White Sox visit the Athletics. Nellie Fox in now. Simply a fly out. It's back on the first one and lets it go past. 1-0. So it's taking a minute to look around. A little bit of a lead taking it first and second, but not a huge amount. Kellner wise to that. Astroth old eyes. Will be aware of any stealing too far. Nothing there from getting ball 2. Fox and the 2-0 coming in from the right hand side. Southball receives. Line drive, heads towards right field. Bill Renner's going to have to take that one, and you're going to have Fred Marsh coming in, running as a long throw. It's going to be off target. Marsh is going to make it in for his second run of the game. And everybody else is moving around 2 bases on that one there. And Fred Marsh watches the grounder and takes off from second base. Not a huge lead, as we'd said. Sprints right through third as Renner's throw races him down, but it was Marsh that was on target for home plate. And Renner's throw going behind Astroth, the catcher. All eyes on that. Nellie Fox gets an RBI double or a single. Let me just lean over. The scorer says it's going to be a single and an on the throw. Okay, so it's a little spinner there. I missed. Garscal's going to be round to third base, and it's going to be a scorers on an E9. So once again, Fox ripping that one out of right field. Bill Renner running to get that one as it bounces along the ground, picks up and throws hurriedly back home and goes off target. Fred Marsh getting a second run for the White Sox, both coming from his feet. So 2 in a scoring position now, Carousel and Fox. 1 away, so runners at the corners. That one gets thrown incredibly wide from Kellner. They're walking Miñoso, aren't they? They're walking Miñoso, so they're going to go and load up the bases. Miñoso 100 RBI for the season. 1 out, 2 in scoring. Athletics decide they'll offer the IBB instead. So, Miñoso at first, Fox at second, Carousel at third. It's going to be George hell into bat. Looking like he's just playing a Sunday game of catch for the kids in the park. There's a cucumber. One away. He's got some options here. High ball goes towards right field. It's going to be short runners underneath that one, and it is taken there. And the sprint's coming on now as Karskel gets himself over, and Fox moves up to third base there. Miñoso's going to stay out first, just a little bit too close to Rana. There's another run comes over. Kell gets the sac fly. That one on a fly ball out to right field this time. She's Karskel over the second run of the inning. White Sox 3, Athletics 1. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Shermoller in just now. Kellner throwing wide to the outside. Get another walk again. Athletics want to load up the base. And Miñoso goes for the steal. It's an intentional walk, but well, it's not necessarily an intentional walk. It just might be throwing too very, very wide to the side. If it's just Miñoso's going, I want some more steals on the card, I'll take that one. With Fox at third, nobody's going to attempt to do the pick-off there. Nicely played, Miñoso. So, bases loaded for the intentional walk, which was always going to be the case. And also padding the stats. It's 2 walks for Shermoller. By walk on the card so far. Jim Rivera in just now. Mentioned it today, but a base clearing triple yesterday's 11-0 blowout by the White Sox on the Athletics. Fouls the first one away. Not on one. So yeah, the book says load him up. Rivera did very well say thank you very much here. Grounder goes towards first. Vic Power's going to pick that one up, and he's just going to take 1 or 2 steps to get himself onto the base before Rivera, and with that, side is retired. But 2 runs go on the board for the Chicago White Sox. 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 left on base. 1 error charged to the Athletics. That off-target throw from Arena to Astroth. Brought in Fred Marsh for the first of 2 runs in the inning. Athletics going to have Joe Taylor, Bill Wilson, Jody Misteri lining up. Middle of the 4th here. And Connie Matt, we can have a little look round the rest of the league. Games that the White Sox are going to be looking at. Let's pick out those ones first. Cleveland Indians, top of the American League. They're up by 1 against the Nationals. And the Yankees are down by 1. Detroit taking the lead over in the Bronx. Both of those through 3. As it stands, Cleveland and Chicago stay the 8 games apart. Sneaking up towards the Yankees. Still, they've only played 3 of the regulation. 9 we've played 3.5. What else do we have going through? Giants at Braves. It's going the Braves' way. Pirates. The Reds goes Pirates' way. 1-0, just the 1 run in it there. We'll pick up the rest of those scores as we go through. Joe Taylor, Bill Wilson, Joe Misteri for the Athletics now. Taylor coming in first. Rookie facing just his 4th game. Straight away going out. Flying ball out to centre field. Taylor stepping in now. So 1 pitch and threw it out to Miñoso in the 1st inning. That's now to see where he's going to take his 2nd pitch of the day in his 2nd plate appearance. It's going high, it's going down the left field. Once he's going to push that back in, I think Johnny Groth is going to take that one, I feel. Yeah. 2 pitches, 2 flyouts for Joe Taylor. His 4th game in the majors. Welcome to the game. Pledge is not as easy as it looks. Bill Wilson, 50 for the season, flew out to first base. George Kell doing the business there previously. Harshman, side central. 1-0. So with 11 home runs. Second in the lineup for home runs. Only Bill ran ahead of them, but then only by 12. There's not a lot coming from the bats for the Athletics team at all as he takes it to 2-0. Further, that's always been Ronnie Mack's issue. 420, 447, 405 out for your centre field workers. If you can't get your small ball, and this is your home, not going to go far with it. 0-3, just keeping it on his shoulders. Quite happy with the situation there. 1 away so far. It's a 3-1 game. The White Sox favour, Athletics chasing. Call strike 1. Harshman just takes a little look. That goes inside. There's the first little look at the inside as well, starting to bite on that one. 3-1. That goes low and touch inside as well, but Wilson will take the walk. Going to do that inside plate till the 4th inning. It's going to take you a couple to establish it in the middle of the game, and you're already down by 2. Put Mestre in now. 1 away, runner at first. It's like his light hitting and his small ball opportunities. Well, here is one in right now. Get your teammate over. Ball 1. He's sending that one outside low. Ball 2. And that one inside at the knees. He's going to have to work hard. Both of them are actually. Keller, if he's going to start moving inside as well, is going to have to work to establish that one there. Hefty fastball, but low. And heading towards the inside. Trying to work it now. 3-0. Straight towards Scarscale. Line drive into the glove under Nellie, folks. There's the force out. Turn towards Cal and 2 away. And that's the inning there. The Mysteri ground ball towards Carrascal at short. Over to Fox. That's second, and Fox having to do a half turn on the pace in towards Cal. 6, 4, 3. And the Chicago White Sox defense maintain that 2-run lead. They earned in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base, and just the 3 batters faced. Well played through 4. Chicago White Sox 3, Philadelphia Athletics 1. And the White Sox are going to come back with their 7-8-9. Johnny Groth, Fred Marsh, Jack Harshman here on Classic Baseball Radio.
CRESCA, BLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never borrow money needlessly, just when you must. Borrow them where loans are a specialty from folks you trust. Borrow confidently from HSC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
3-1 game here at Connie Mack as the Chicago White Sox visit Philadelphia Athletics potentially for the last time. Athletics getting ready for their move away. Everybody's got their space booked in Kansas City. See whatever they're building up down there. That's not confirmed yet. All signs point to there. White Sox, 7-8-9 now. Johnny Groth, Fred Marsh, Jack Harshman. That said, Fred Harshman has got in 2 of the 3 runs so far. So it's not going to be an easy inning for Alex Kellner. Changes that I can see here as we go into the 5th. So Johnny Groth steps up now. He'll take ball 1. Very happy watching that one go. Low and just a little inside, I think. That Harshman's couple in there. Kellner threw 1 onto the inside as well. I think we're back. Seeing if we can claim the pay. Grounder heads up towards third. Jim Finnegan takes that one. 1-2 over to first base, and Vic Power and Johnny Groth out on the 5-3 once more. 1 away. Fred Marchand walking a single on the card so far. Cass Michaels after last night's horror injury. Ball 1. Marsh has been disciplined at the play. 3-2 count and a 2-1 count. Kellner's pitch count up. Fouls that one towards the dugouts. It's in high. Towards the Athletics. Cut away. 1-1. Inside and low. Kellner's there, but it's just not established yet. All the work that you would normally do in the early games going to have to be done in the middle tranche of batting. 2-1. Ground ball, that's going to be a base hit up and taking a wicked bounce over from second base. Wilson was already on the way, has to turn round as Marsh himself turns. He's going to go past second, heads down to third. There's going to be the run. Wilson gets that ball, throws towards Finnegan, not in time as Marsh slides into third and gets himself a triple on there. Fast grounder heading up towards centre field. Bill Wilson was already on the move to that one, but just bounced off the second base. Bang! Wilson just having to take a little stumble in the run to try and head for that one there, and that's just enough. Like Marsh run past second, he's got his eyes on the ball on the side, he's going to go for third, slides in and gives himself the triple. Back Harshman now, walking a sack bunt. It's been productive so far against his opposing number. He's going to open up with ball 1. Miller sends that inside and low. He's been taking his own notes about where the pitches are working, and fouls that one up. 1-1. Expect to get that inside roll. Not there. 2-1. Drip goes for the inside. It's just a little bit more towards the ankles than he would have liked. He's happy to leave that one go by though. 2-1. Goes 3-1. Goes high inside. Pepper in the corners just to find out which is which. Runner at third. The one out so far. All 4 for Harshman. Second walk of the game. Nip and tuck between our batters. Keller's only faced Harshman once and got the double. Harshman's 2 walk and the bunt. So back up to the top of the order, Chico Carrascal takes another walk. Ball. It's not a walk just yet. Might not be, but Kellner just looking at that inside again. Fastball around the bell. It's inside. He's got right-handed, so stepping in from the left side. It's ball 2. Quite happy to leave that one. Cold strike 1. So inside there. Kellner knows where it is now. And switches to the outside low, but it's ball 3. 3-1 goes for the walk. Ball 4. To the inside as well. So, there's it, first and second. And third. We're all loaded up here. Just the one out as well. So, Tom Kellner on the pitching now. Solid contact here, could easily bring in one. Nice hit, could even bring in two. Nellie Fox. It's ball one go by. 2 for 3 games so far. 2 singles. Gonna fly out to ninth. 1-0 count. Pops that one up. Arstroth is going to be underneath that one. Arstroth's going to take that one. Out by the fencing. Right behind. It's about 90 feet back to the fence or so. A little bit of a jog. To head back there. Catches that in the foul territory. Away. Half the job done with bases loaded for Kellner. And he's going to do the other half. It's against Minnie Miñoso. Potentially walked last time. Not this time. It's a cold strike one. It's on the inside. Kellner might have the eyes set there. So might just be waiting to drop the power in rather than a little scrappy one along the ground. Bases loaded. Bring one to the White Sox. 2 outs. Cold strike 2. Is it round the shoulders? Curves down just in time. 2-0. Heads up towards first base. Vic Powell looks like he's going to get that one comfortably and does indeed take that one there for the third out. So bases loaded jam after a Fred Marsh triple. Would have managed to navigate themselves out of that one. Athletics picking up any errors on that one. The White Sox 1 hit, no runs to show for it. 3 left on base. White Sox 3, Athletics 1. We're halfway through the regulation. We've got those other scores from across the league. In the third inning, it's Baltimore 0, Boston 1. And in the third inning, Philadelphia 0, Phillies, and Chicago 0. It's the Cubs. 0-0 there. Yes, you may send your letters in and I'll reply with thank you very much, I'm Scottish. It's 0, not 0. No worries about what you actually call that. Not really a number. Brooklyn Dodgers 1, Louis Cardinals 1. And there, St. Louis. Anything else from the other games coming through as yet? So in terms of the series, if you just look back, the 7th series that the teams have played between them, and every single one of them has went towards the Cubs. None of them have been split. Potential of this one being split here is currently 2-1 of the Cubs for the last 3 games. Doubleheader split between them in last night's 11-0 shutdown wipeout. Phillies in this to do their best to at least split the series. Joe Astroth, Alec Kellner, and Spook Jacobs, 891, stepping in now. Astroth drew the walk, waited out with 3-1 the second inning. Line drive, straight towards Fred Marsh, takes that one, and there's the first out. Hefty bit of speed on the ball. Marsh getting that one at the belt right in front of him. His wife would be very happy that he made a successful catch there. Line drive, straight into the glove at third base. And we don't have Kellner in here. We've got our first pinch hitter. So Kellner's going to be done for the pitching as we welcome in Gus Zernial. Gus 270 for the season. And it's looking to be aggressive here. The base running. Sends in ball one. Puts it high into the outside. This one's foul, scrappily down the left field line. 1-1. It's very much like Harshman's going some more on the inside. Neil, first time seeing him in the game, I think overall the series as well. Take out the stats on that one. Second one fouled off. One going to the inside. Neil takes ball two. Appeal for the swing, but not given. So 2-2 on the count. And it's called strike three. Darniel not happy with that one. I suspect he's going to be switched out now. Who's warming up in the bullpen? Sonny Dixon's warming up, so Darniel might just be one and done. Mike out looking back at the top of the order. It's Vic Jacobs. A few pop-ups so far. Called strike one. Sending that one inside as well. Ball one. Takes the count equal low. A little bit to the outside. Jacobs to get underneath and pop again, I think. It's usually good on the contact, but not finding it just yet. Fouls another one away. Gonna go full stretch to get that one. 1-2. Shakes off one. Sends the 1-2. Oh, strike three, and that's 2 in a row for Harshman. And retires the Athletics in order. Pass the ball straight down the middle, trying to draw the swing. Jacobs' eye just for something was going to drop. Never did. Well, it's cleared one of the zeros on that one. No hits, no runs, none left on base for the Athletics. No errors charged to the Chicago White Sox. We're through 5, and it remains White Sox 3, Athletics 1, and White Sox get their middle of the order. George Kell, Sharon Lara, Jim Rivera in a moment.
CRESCA, BLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never bow my knees, just when you must. Bottled and Ramon, Paris, deed from folk you trust. Borrow confidently from HFC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Top of the 6th here at Carney Mack in the Philadelphia Athletics. We're bringing in their first relief pitcher, Sonny Dixon. Milner going through 5 for the final line there. 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 8 walks, no strikeouts. Dixon got a lively fastball in there and a hard slider. Despite that he's not going to have as much. Timid is the wrong word for the inside. Respect is probably a better one. I can see Dixon just going it hard. It's Cal, Millar and Rivera. George Cal to start. The ball one high and outside. As a pop out, sack fly out so far in the game. It's ball 2, and that goes hefty inside low. Dixon bracketing the corners. Himself clutching the RBIs as seen with that sack fly previously. Fouls that scrappy one away. 2-1. himself. Set. Normally likes to do the starting. Don't see him going the distance in this one, so we'll just keep an eye on the bullpen. Get ball 3. Slider just goes to the outside and low. And 1. Straight down the middle, and Hell just leaves that one. Every fastball also includes a fastball. Snapped in, so count goes full. The off pitch is coming down. Little trickler goes back towards Dixon, takes that off, snaps it over to Power, and there's out number 1. Gellner likes to walk it over, take a few paces. Dixon instead, snap, turn, snatch, throw. Power gets the out. 1 away. Sherm Lawler from the on deck. Rivera takes his place there. Lawler steps into the play. Side and low. Actually, Kellner not going anywhere close to there. Pretty much going to have a virgin clean spot. Nobody's eyes been caught onto yet. It's fouled down the line. Dixon driving to the inside. Not a huge amount, but it's there. Counters equal low. 1 and 1. Ball 2. Ball 2. Slider to the other side. Fastball's there. Slider's quite there. It's going to go ball 3. It's going to go ball 3. Letters. And 1. Miller might hap it away. Not that one. Fouls it away. Alive. Full count. 2. Off once more. It's high, it's going out left field, it's high. Joe Taylor looking to be underneath that. Runs in from the warning track, dives that and picks it up comfortably. And if by picking it up comfortably you mean sliding along the ground and getting the leather underneath it, that's complete. 1 away from the ground out, 2 away from the fly ball. 1 low, 1 high. Jim Rivera, already mentioned he was on deck. Pass that over to Johnny Groth as he comes in himself. Ground out, single ground out. Gets his first one and hens that to right field. It's going to be a base hit. Bill Renner's going to have to joggle in to get that one. And Rivera safely at first in time. Bit of pace on there. Rana having to come in from the baseline towards centre right field to collect that one. Vera, first pitch, first swing, first hit out of Sonny Dixon. 2 away. Runner on first. It's a 3-1 game. The White Sox looking to extend their lead here in the top of the 6th. Johnny Groth in now. Ground out, go around out. Ball 1. Goes fast, jinks inside low. Not quite getting the corner on that one. Gets it this time. That's going to be a cold strike one. Equal low, 1 and 1. Out to the outside. Will go ahead for 2-1. Dixon. In that fastball. And he's not really having a huge amount coming in. Maybe about 5 miles an hour if at most. Ball 3. Slider again. Everybody fair on that outside corner. Runner at first, 2 away. Grounded towards shortstop. Joe Misteri picks that one up. Pause, over to Power and takes that again And the side is retired. 6-3 for Groth this time. It's that one. Little bit of power on the ground, but not a huge amount. Jonas Derry comfortably takes that one and then just has a look around, checks Rivera for the force instead. This goes for the training, done it a million times. Get the out at first. So one hit in there. Joe Rivera getting one snapped off Dixon. No runs and nothing else from that. Rivera stays only one left on base. No errors charged to the Athletics. A couple more scores from around the league. Do you have that Yankees game? Yankees are back in the lead there. Detroit 1, Bombers 2. It's at Cleveland. That's still a 1-0 game. Cleveland's favour against Washington. So all three of their big runners in the American League all currently in the lead at their games. And so far away, you've got Chicago White Sox, by the way, 8 games back. Fourth in the Americans, Boston 34 back, Detroit 35 back, Washington 37 back. And then we got the Athletic 48 and the Orioles 50 and a half. Very much 3 groups in the American League here. Okay, Athletics just 2 runs back. It's possible. Well within reach. You've got 2, 3, 4 in the lineup card to do that. Vic Power, Jim Finnegan and Bill Rana up next. No changes to the White Sox in defense. Jack Harshman back out. Scoring a pitcher going into the 6th. Chicago. Ball 1 goes to Vic Power. Opened up the 3rd inning as well. Dropped the 3rd. Still 1 out on the way up to 1st. It's ball 2. It's dancing around the inside there. Still keeping it quite low. Inside high. It's still kind of avoided. Fouls that one there. It's inside by the bell. 2-1. He's still a little bit rattled from injury last night. There's been runners that if you're at cold at the plate, they'll like you into the hospital for overnight operation. Hold strike 2. A bit of a pause there for our home plate umpire Johnny Stevens. 2-2. Popped up high. It's going long. It's not Nellie Fox is going to run underneath that. Second baseman should be able to get that in mid-territory and does so. Fox already playing towards the right field line. Flashes that one right there. Nellie Fox a little bit of a run to get it, but well positioned. One away in the bottom of the 6th. Finnegan can take out that 3-1 deficit down if possible. Just in fielder's choice and a fly ball. Ball 1, side by the numbers. Playing a little bit with that now. Ball 2. Throwing that face fastball to the outside centre. 2-0. Line drive goes down the right field line. Past Fox this time. Rivera's going to be there and throws that in. Fox for the relay. No point heading towards first base with the ball. Finnegan's already there. Fast legs following up that fast bouncer along the ground line drive up past Fox towards Rivera on the right field line. Again, singles there. Over from Yankees in the off-season. Bill Rana, 1 away, runner on first. Walk and a ground out so far. ball one. Sends slider low. 1-0 for Rana. Ball two. Stays with the slider on the outside. In normal circumstances, more towards inside, and it's going to go there actually. 3-0. Still keeps it low on the inside though. On Rana. Going to swing in there if you can get the contact. It goes up 3-0. Goes up over Carrascal at shortstop. It's going to do the back pedal from that, and Carrascal is going to take that as he falls back. Carrascal will be quite happy. That's the second out. Short. Finnegan still at first. We get Joe Taylor coming in now. He's seen two pitches. Flew out both of them so far. It's back the shoulder, gets ball one. Taylor's going to get to see at least two pitches in an at-bat in this game. Still adjusting to the pace. Harshman sends that one fast and inside, a little bit too inside. 2-0. Taylor might just be best served here, just looking at some of the pitches, trying to match them up in his head. Side high, 3-0. Taylor just 4 games in and a not 91. 3-0. Line drive, Carrascal gets that straight in the glove there as well. Lightning fast reactions. This time doesn't need a move for it. Make sure to close the leather around it. So that's the third out. Single from Jim Finnegan. It's one hit, but nothing built. And that one again, no runs for the Athletics. One left on base, no errors. Charged over to the White Sox. So we've played through 6. It's the Chicago White Sox in the lead on 3. Atlantic staying close with 1. When we come back, as we go to the back third of the game, it's going to be Fred Marsh, Jack Harshman, Chico Carrascal for the White Sox.
CRESCA, CLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never borrow money needlessly, just when you must. Borrow them where loans are a casualty from folk you trust. Borrow confidently from HSBC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Welcome back. White Sox 3, Athletics 1 here in Philadelphia. Now we've got a Sonny Dixon staying in relief for the Athletics. Just a little bit of a heat coming out of the White Sox pitcher. Jack Harshman is coming off a few gesticulations to opening umpire Johnny Stevens, trying to indicate where he thinks the inside line should be. Catcher Sherm Laura just making sure that Harshman makes it back to the dugout, still able to play. Okay, we are Fred Marsh up to bat now, then Harshman, and then Carrascal for the 8-9-1. Sonny Dixon staying in relief for the Athletics. Howls down, strike one called on Fred Marsh. Marsh has been in base 3 out of 3, walk, a single, and a triple. Those runs coming from his feet as well. Ball one comes in. So he sends that one inside. Still looking to find the edge there. Siglas Stronix is Harshman. Rookie there for White Sox. Still not quite pulling the umpiring there as well. 1-1 on the count. Marsh with the discipline. It's to 2-1. Stays up there. Heading towards getting that slider working, but it's still not quite there yet. 2-1 on Marsh. Line drive, base hit down the right field there. Marsh getting on a textbook drive away there. That's your second base in the gap. First in the right field will do a little bit of running to get that and give you the distance. So 4 plate appearances. 4 appearances at first base for Fred Marsh in a 3-for-3 game so far. Happy with that. Jack Harshman is, well, he's coming into bat, so presumably going to keep him in the game for pitching in the bottom of the 7th. Walk, sack bunt and a walk. Good use of the pitcher at the plate, has to be said. Fouls the first one off. It's the first time he is going to be seeing Dixon though. 0-1. Harshman bats left-handed, as well as pitching and throwing. He's on the southpaw side. Fouls the second one off. 1-2. So giving him much to work with. Finder there actually hit the corner. So goes to the inside now, inside low, ball 1. A little bit too far. 2. There goes equal high. Runner at first. To a 3-1 game. White Sox looking to extend that here in the top of the 7th. 2-2 comes down. Ball 3. Balls 2 strikes. Runner at first. And it's a good opportunity here. So back to the top of the order with 1 or not 2 on. To extend that lead. Pulp top round first base. Vic Power takes a few steps. He's going to step further into the crowd and gloves out and catches that. And carries the walk on into the crowd. Takes that one up in foul territory. On a little bit of a jog towards the stands. Very few fans there ready to catch him. Very few fans. Nearly 2,000 here inside Connie Mack for the game today. So 1 away, runner at first in the back to the top of the order for the White Sox. Jarskal. 1 for 2, 2-1. Pulled in there as well. Foul there. Up and over. Dixon fastball in. Still just Dixon's just marking that out. I think that's first real speed placed in there. Same again. Dixon throws that one in. Strike 2. 0-2. Jarskal, it's the first time he's facing Dixon in this game. Goal! Strike 3. And heads back. Well, Jarskal not able to support Fred Marsh this time around. Signal going to first base, still the only action so far. Nellie Fox, 2 away here. Fox help extend the lead. Ball 1, slider to the outside, not there yet. 1-0. Fox fouls that one away. To the outside corner there, so slider. Is go low. The ball. 1. Fox batting left-handed. Matchup you would want. 2-1. Grinder towards first base. Vic Power's got that one there and has to boot 1 base, 1 foot, and gets the third out there. Straight towards Power. Right. behind the bag on the first base line. And with that, sign is retired. One hit from Fred Marsh, but no more support after that. Hit, no runs, and one left on base. Wires charged to the Athletics. We'll head into the stretch. Get some of the scores around the league for you when we come back. Now for station identification. You're listening to Classic Baseball Radio, and you can support our recreations with a small pledge at ko-fi.com/classicbaseballradio. And don't forget to like, love, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you follow your podcasts. Also find out more www.classicbaseballradio.com when you find the internet. That will probably take about 70 years. We'll be there waiting for you when the timelines catch up. Bill Wilson, Joe Demistray, Joe Astroth in now for the Athletics here in the bottom of the 7th. Remains a 3-1 game. Sox and Athletics both getting one run in the second. White Sox pushing out in the 4th. Till then, pretty much a game. Pop-ups fly out. Letting the defense do the work. Oh, Bill Wilson steps in now. It's got the power, but Harshman just sends that one in low. Or no. Let's wait to see if Harshman holds Dixon's lead. Goes for that inside. Tickles with it there, but it's a little bit too close to the knees, 2-0. So gets to that one, fouls it away though. Touch short down the third base line. It's maybe a foot outside of the bag. 2-1. Power's there if Wilson can connect. Didn't even bother on that one. Takes ball 3. Shaking another one off. The catcher give another option. Doesn't like that one either. This must be better positioning. Only working on the fastball and the slider. He'll take that one. And it's ball 4. And Bill Wilson going to take himself to first base through the walk in the 4th. On another walk here in the 7th, and that looks like it's going to be it. Jack Harshman. White Sox, Paul Richards heading out to the mound just to roll him after sort of touch innings. Harshman's final line there. 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Coming in is going to be Billy Pierce. Pierce has got a slider that can place it in the right. Deadly. It's going to be the chance there. Occasion going to get 4 warm-ups. Johnny Stevens, a home plate umpire. Tim Hartsock out at first as the crew chief. Nestor Chalik at second, and Luke Green at third. We've got a couple more coming back from the 5th inning. Dodgers 2, the Cardinals 2, tied there. More from American League games. there. Well, bottom of the table, Baltimore Orioles are behind at Boston, so keep the Athletics comfortably in not last if that carries on. National games there, Giants 1, Braves 1 from Milwaukee. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati still at Pirates 1, Reds 0. And our mirror game in the National, Phillies 0, Cubs 4. Speaking of 4, that's the 4 done now. John Starry, first base, Billy Pierce. And Pierce sounds his first one there. Ball 1 goes up and out. Sterry is going to team it up at first and Bill Wilson. So light accurate hitting. Get the time right. 2. Wilson over and up in a scoring position after his walk. Fouls and 1 down third base. 1. He steps back out the plate. Here's staying locked in the mound there. He's not taking the opportunity himself. He steps back in. Here's set. Foul, that one there, high down the right field line. Scary. Well, waiting for the drop, not seeing it. Goes equal high. 1-2. Set a glide. Little glance over. It's fly pause going high down the right field. Jim Rivera signals he's got it. Takes a few steps in towards this centre there, and that's a comfortable catch from Rivera, and is already doing the relay throw into Nellie Fox. Wilson's going to stay at first. Sterry's out on the fly ball. So 1 away. Joe Astroth is in now. Means White Sox 3, Athletics 1. Going to the 7th here. Fouls his first one away. This time also seeing Billy Pierce walk the line out on the card. Strath will take that for a ball. The inside. Waistband back out of the way. Ball 2. Goes the outside. 1. Oh, rammed the back there. Astroth has to dive out the way as that one heads straight towards the hips. Goes behind. That's it's Johnny Stevens, straight out school plate umpire, stepping between pitcher and batter just to signal more to Billy Pierce. So we talked earlier about a short leash going on there. Pierce is facing his second batter. Just realising how short that umpire's leash is going to be. So if you're just tuning in after Cass Michaels' injury last night that saw him take a beat to the head and rushed to the hospital, he is stable. Everybody is on edge. Michaels had put his own little plastic plate inside his cap. He's taking the brunt of the hit. Okay, Astroth is calm. We actually had Waller nip out to see Pierce as well there, just pull the heat out of there. So we're going to go 3-1 ahead. Comes down. Heads out, line drive down the left field. Should be a base hit there. Johnny Croft will take that one. A relay throw over to Carscale. That's short, but Wilson takes himself in a scoring position at second, and Astroth gets a single and pushes his teammate up. There, runners in first and second. So that's the tying run out first. Sonny Dixon's pitching is over. As we get pinch hitter coming in. It's going to be Pete Suter. It's 3 for the season. Going for Dixon's at 300 for the season, so he's not feeling it after going a few rounds on the mound. So Suter steps in, runners at first and second. The one out so far. Let's see, called strike one. Just keeping track of the cards at home, so your vertical lines, 3 along that line spot in the Athletics lineup. Called strike 2. 1-2. Suter. Here's a fastball, strike 3 on the inside. And for all the talk from Stevens, here's at least keeps it in the zone and takes strike 3. 4th strikeout for the Chicago's defense. Back to Spook Jacobs at the top of the order. 59 and 20 RBI. We'll be looking around though. Makes it first and second. We've got some options here. Single goes down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Wilson's going to head round and get himself down past third. He's going to dig in there. Astroth is going to be up to second. Wilson is over the plate. Astroth is going to make it for 3. There's the long throw over from Rivera. It's going to be off target and wide at third base there. And Astroth is going to be sliding safely as we get runners on the corner, and the Athletic cut that deficit down from 2 runs to 1. Line drive from Spook Jacobs. Heads out to the right field. Gives him the single RBI. Astroth up to second, decides to head down to third. Goes for the turn and hopefully poor throw from Rivera goes wide. It's going to see runners at the corners. 2 away. Leads cut to 1 for the White Sox. Athletics have got their tying run at third. No heads at first. Power going to be asked to do the delivery and get this game tied up if possible. Single, round out and pop out. Grounder goes back towards first base. Carskell's going to do the throw over to George Kell in time. Side retired. And that will be a moment the Athletics will have wished they could have had back again. Little bouncer along the ground. 1 hop straight into Carskell's glove. With that, the side retired. 1 run only. 2 hits, 2 left on base. Could have been. Well, the baseball has no memory in Athletics. We need to have no memory of that as well. The lead is cut from 3-1 to 3-2. And when we come back, Minnie Miñoso, George Kell, Jerome Lawler, give up for the White Sox to extend it back to 2 and more if possible.
CRESCA, CLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never just when you must. When we're lone by casualty from folk you trust. Borrow confidently from HFC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Top of the 8th here. White Sox still in the lead. Was 2. It's down to 1. Chance for them to strike back. And also Kell and Lawler. Did 1 hit over the game between the 3 of them. 3 walks though, but it's going to be the first time they face Charlie Bishop. He's going to be replacing Pete Suter. He's going to be coming in pinch hit. Charlie Bishop up to bat. Dixon's line, by the way, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. And it's going to be Minnie Miñoso face Bishop. It's a bit wild and hairy outside for ball 1. This has got one of those hits, the one hit out of this group of 3, single pop out, intentional walk and pop out. There's another ball, it goes outside and low. Bishop's arm, well, likes to throw hard, but did take the complete game win his 2 days back, so how well that's rested. 2-0. It's going to go 3-0. That's still a bit scrappy on the outside. Also right now, just needs to get on base. And he'll do it with a walk. Unintentional, 1 earned. Opening batter, opening runner. George Kell steps in now. Got to work in the air. 3 flyouts. Sack fly though in the 4th. Ground out elsewhere. See ball 1. Should be getting that fastball. Find the outside edge. Righty's opening up this inning. 0-2. Finds a lather, but find the zone. And the steal is on. Miñoso's going to head up there. There's going to be a long throw up from Astroth to Mystery. It's not going to be in time. Miñoso slides in, takes the steal, and into scoring position. Cuban Comet showing the speed in the legs there. So Cal, and a 3-0 after that. Got a teammate up there, no outs, 3-2 game. Just the 1 lead for the White Sox. Wilson Cream going ahead, up there in 2nd. Fouled off there. Green counts double. Take lead from 1-2. One on the count. And ball swung, given. Takes the count full. Waiting for the call. Cal's asking for the appeal up to first, but that's not how it works. One-plate umpire. It's the swing. So, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and a runner on 2nd. Comes set. The off pitch. High down the right field line, heading towards Bill Renner, and bounces just in front of him, so it's going to be on the move. Miñoso heads round, and Kell is on the chase. They'll pass first base. Miñoso's past 3rd. Long throw is going to come in. It's heading towards home, and it's going to be a slide down into home, and it's Miñoso home. And the run scores on that one. Cal's going to take an RBI, and he gets the double as well. Turns round and powers from that ball, having to be thrown back from Renner down to home. It's on target this time. Astroth gets it, goes for the sweep, but it's not in time. Oh, the Strawberries and Cream comes home. 4 runs to the White Sox, 2 to the Athletics, and they continue with the runner in scoring position. It's George Kell this time, and actually George Kell is going to get himself back to the play, and Ed McGee is going to come on. Pinch runner. Humming presence of leadership also comes with age. And Paul Richards looking for just a little bit more speed if possible. And that's Cal done for the day. She's off with the double. It's going to be Ed McGee coming in to do the pinch run. Start there. Shamlar, 2 walks, pop out and fly out, bracketing that one. Takes a walk as well. Charlie Bishop just getting himself into the zone, trying to get the ground balls, and just Sox teams not giving it to him. 2-0. Steady all the way around. Fouls that one there. Well, they're showing the power as that heads right down to the foul poles. 2-1. Ball 3. Gets himself in now. Bullard, no for the clunch hitting. No outs, runner second. Options are going to be there. 3-1. Shows bunt, pulls back. Now, bluff or not to bring the defense in. Finnegan taking a few steps, but not too many. Tremblor with a 3-2 payoff, coming down. He goes for the bunt, a little grounder, rolls up towards third. Finnegan's pounced it, having a few steps in, goes over a big power. There's the out. But in all of that, it manages to drive Ed McGee over to third, 90 feet away from home at third base. Traded the out for a base. Sox will be happy with that one. There's the sac bunt. So one away, runner at third. White Sox 4, Athletics 2. Jim Rivera comes in now. Ground out single, ground out single. Do you like your pattern following? Called strike one. Should be getting that on the outside edge. Reminded of that base clearing triple once more. Rivera's shown himself as a threat throughout the entire season and this series. Ball 1, lets it go past. 26 for the season, but it's that 54 RBI. Second highest in the White Sox lineup card. Only Miñoso's 100, slightly ahead. Ball 2. Shut back in that outside high. Really getting that one in. Goes to the inside this one, but a little bit too much of the swing of the ball, not of the bat. There's no swing at all from the bat. 3-1. Bubbling here. Double sac bunt. Now facing a 3-1 count on Jim Rivera. Line drive, right field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to bring in McGee for run number 5 for the White Sox, pushing that lead up further. Rivera gets the RBI single. Much life at the stadium. 3 for 5 in the game for Jim Rivera now. So it's a second run coming home in this inning. Johnny Groff steps in. Contact made with Bishop. Everybody's ready. Rivera takes off for the steal. There's the throw off from Astroth off to Jacobs, and it's going to be caught out stealing. Rivera not making it up to the bag, and that's 2 away. Astroth getting that throw off in time. Jacobs nicely positioned. Sweeps the arm in. 2 away. So 1-0-1 Johnny Groff here, top of the 8th. Athletics have already seen White Sox put on 2, they don't want to see any more. Ball 2. Vera, a little bit aggressive on the base steal, thought he had the hop, but should have just caught him at the top of the eye. 2-0. Goes up high, it's heading towards Jim Finnegan at third base. He got the feet planted, got the glove out, and there's the catch at third. And the side there is retired. Well, 2 hits in there, 2 runs coming from it as well, but none left on base for that caught steal. White Sox went in 1 run up, and they leave 3 runs up on that one there. White Sox 5, Athletics 2. I think we've went all the way around league scores, unless we've got any sharply finishing games yet. Okay, yeah, we actually have 2 results coming in there. Pittsburgh Pirates 1, Cincinnati Reds is a final score there. yeah, we got the opposite switch game here, so it's Philadelphia Phillies 2, Chicago Cubs 5. Final score there as well. Do stay listening afterwards. We will have baseball tonight at 5 o'clock. Should give you a roundup from all the games that are taking place. It's a lovely Saturday day. The heat is up. It is a bit overcast, so there's no sun to get in the eyes. Nice day for playing baseball. Jim Finnegan, Bill Renner and Joe Taylor. Going to be a 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Athletic now chasing 3-run cap, 6 outs left to make a difference. 2 changes there with a little bit of shuffling for the White Sox defense. Don Johnson comes in to pitch, so it begins pinch running. Just that. Pierce's final line, 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout. Don Johnson coming in the middle of the order, so Pierce out the 9 spot, and into that 9 spot. Into that 9 spot goes Phil Cavaretta. So it's going to be Marsh, Cavaretta, Scal when we come back. But for now, the Athletics into bat, Finnegan, Renner and Taylor. And will be their first time facing Don Johnson in the game. Throws inside and low for ball 1. Straight away. He's going to try and get that one established. We'll have a word with Pierce and Harshman just to find out where the eye was. Hold 2. Johnson with a sinking fastball. He's going to be relying on the command here. Of course, finding the umpire's eye. Ball 3. Goes outside by the bell. With a 3-0. Fielders tries to fly a single so far. Finnegan is going to draw the walk. So opening batter is opening runner. Renner. Hold strike 1. Johnson gets the outside line there. Got the swing on him. 50 RBI. It's 235 for the season. Everyone is on deck at the moment. It's the rookie Joe Taylor, so Renner's going to want to make some play and get on here. It's a cold strike 2. To step back and just gathers himself. And it with just the 6 outs remaining. At least 3 runs to find. Back in. Not 2. Grambo bosses front of Carrascal, turns around Fox. There's one, heads for first base, and there's Kell for the second. Turns the double play. Will Renner bounces that ground ball towards Carrascal, and it's just short. It's a second. It's a first. With that, it goes from 6 outs down to 4 outs remaining. It's the one here. It's going to be Joe Taylor, the rookie, coming in. Not really found himself any rhythm so far. It's ball 1. Fly out and fly out. The first and the fourth, 2 pitches, 2 outs. 3 balls. The 6th inning before a line drive out towards short. Scal, the business there. No. Gets a nick of the bat there and heads the ball straight back into the fencing. 2-1. ILB player. Tommy gun named down in the minors, but right now firing blanks. Hold strike 2. That was equal high. 2. A swing and a miss. Strike 3, and with that, the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, thanks to double play. Carrascal, Fox and Cal. And the fast inning was just what the White Sox manager or the White Sox fan would have been looking for. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. Zeros all the way down. Head into the ninth. White Sox are going to have Fred Marsh, Phil Cavaretta, Chico Carrascal. An 8-9-1 that feels more like a 9-1-2. That feels more like a 1-2-3 with Marsh on a 3-for-3 game.
CRESTA, BLANCA, Cresta, Blanca, Cresta Blanca. Never borrow money needlessly, just when you must. Borrow them or loans are a specialty from folks you trust. Borrow confidently from HSC. Household Finance Corporation offices are listed in your telephone book.
Back here in the final inning of the game, and potentially the final inning of the White Sox fighting off the Athletics here at Connie Mack. Charlie Bishop coming in for another inning. And he's got 3 hot bats. Well, we shall see how hot they are going, but certainly Fred Marsh is one of them. Walk a single, a triple, and a single. He'll just leave his bat on the shoulder and take ball 1 to be going on with. Now that's been called in for Knight. Plays Cass Michaels. Certainly made the spot his own this game. As well as for memory, you just focus on each pitch. 2-0. Said that 3-3 game. First time facing Charlie Bishop. Something of each of the batters so far. Stays on the shoulder for a 3-0. Bishop sending all of those outside. Filling the plate with 3 inches towards first base. Be some perfect placement. 3-0 down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Fred Marsh gets on for a 4-for-4 game. Coming in there. Lorana joining in to take that one, scoops it up. And it's a gentle throw over Joe DeMasteri. Shortstop covering second bag. Fred Marsh, though, well, he does like getting on base in this game. So we're in the Lantern Rouge, and Phil Cavaretta. That's just a power move there. Cavaretta, veteran with 311 this season so far. Marsh goes for the steal, and that's going to be a slide in a second, and it's going to be in time. Astrov gets a throw up. DeMasteri was already close to the bag, but long enough lead there from Marsh. And Salix getting on first base. His 4th visit to second base in the game. Cavaretta will take the ball. 1-0. Fouls the next one off. It's equal low, 1-1. Top of the 9th here. White Sox 5, Athletics 2, 3-run buffer. And the White Sox, I'm sure they like a bit more. Bishop throws inside for 2-1. Cavaretta smiling there, bouncing. White Sox team on course for 90 wins. The year before. Hoping he can just get the league in there. Pop top's going towards first base. Vic Power gets to go to foul territory once more and makes the catch on that one. Fred Marsh going to be stuck out there in second. 1 away. Top of the order, Chico Carrascal. Single and 2 walks. Out looking though by Sonny Dixon. First time facing Nellie Bishop in the game. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. A little bit of snapping in on the bunt warning there. A few of these this game are bunted over George Callan previous. Shows bunt again and pulls back, 2-0. Tapping them in, drawing them in. Leaves it on the shoulder there as that one goes inside. Ball 3. Finnegan just a little bit out of position. You know, there's the bunt. It's going a little bit long. It's going to be picked up by Charlie Bishop. He's going to have to run over and get that on first base himself, and it's going to be out, number 2. Bishop carrying that bunt ground down over to first base. Finnegan in a few steps in, running to pick up that bunt, but not quite pushed down square. Heads towards the mound. That's going to leave Fred Marsh still up there in scoring position on second, but no more. 2 away, top of the 9th, 1 out left for the White Sox. Nellie Fox in now. 2 for 5 in the game. It's ball 1. Once more struggling with the placement. Nobody in the bullpen warming up. Ball 2 goes down again. 3 balls, 2 balls, 3 balls, 2 balls. 4 batters make that 3 balls. Fox as well, 3-0. 2 away, runner at second. Bowler goes up towards Spook Jacobs, comes in, bounces that as the second baseman, turns around, snaps towards Vic Power and gets the out there. And that's the regulation 9 over for the White Sox. 5 on the board in total. So the 1 hit and 1 left on base here in the 9th. So the mark is set for the Athletics. 5 to the White Sox, 2 the Athletics, 3 to find, 3 outs to work with. Looks like Don Johnson is going to come back out to pitch. So 3 up, 3 down in the 8th, ending with a double play and then a strikeout. This is coming in. The hot arm, Bill Wilson, Joe DeMasteri, Joe Astroth. We're going to need to do the business for the Athletics here. Into what could be the last moments here. Connie Mack for these 2 storied teams. So they'll see each other in the future. Right now, founders, at least 2 of them, goodbye in front of a rather small crowd. So Wilson steps in, facing Johnson. He's drawn 2 walks so far, although in from starting pitcher Jack Harshman. So now to see Johnson for the first time. He's getting called strike 1. Finding the bottom of the zone. So he's got the power, but it's a bit hungry on the swings. 1-1. So that one be. So just taking it easy. It's the command. Does that fastball sink through the zone? Does there, Wilson left it. 1-1. Just elevate high, but stay away from the sweet spot. Fouls the 2-1 away, off the 2-2. To make something happen here, 3 outs left, 3 runs to find. That goes equal high, takes one off. Waiting for it. And keeps waiting, take ball 3 quite happily. The count up. Steps back for the rosin. It's just a quick squeeze. Back on. Rolls into the one. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's second K for Johnson in his many batters. And Mystery steps in now. Still to get on base. Fly out. Ground out. Fly out. A double play in that ground out as well. White comes in. Pitch and fouled away. Not on one. Sterry trying to make something happen. 2 outs left for the Athletics to do that. Not one. Staying there. Smiles quiet. Look at that smile. Fouls off the 0-1 to 0-2. So feeling completely in control. Fastball. He's there. Movement and the drop away on it. Exactly what you'd be looking for in your closer. Not 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And with that, what chance there was for the Athletics is slowly running out. Closed out the 8th with a strikeout. Picks up the 9th with 2 more strikeouts on Johnson. Bringing relief. Closing down the Athletics' chance. Closing up. The White Sox in for game. Ball 1. Astroth in now. Sox are going to stay third in the league after that one. And a score out of Bronx Tigers 2, the Yankees 4. Here, 1-0. Joe Astroth. It's 2-0. So tries to draw on the outside swing. Just showing the patience. He's got him high up in the walks, low down on the hits. 2-0. Singles out to left field, line drive base hit. That's going to put Astroth on. Groth jogs in for that one down the left field. So there's the start. 2 outs already on the board, 1 left here in the bottom of the 9th for the Athletics. White Sox 5, Athletics 2. Charlie Bishop is going to be pulled. We are going to have Lou Limmer in for a pinch hit. 17 on the season. A home run in against the White Sox previously. Which is ball 1. No, I'm still at first here, 5-2 game. Set to receive the 1-0. Line drive, heads out centre field. That's going to be another base hit for the Athletics. Astroth is going to head up to seconds, turns around. There's a long throw coming in from Miñoso. It's going to be a rush into third. It's off target. Fred Marsh has to step away from the bag to get that one. And Limmer's single puts Astroth over to second, and then a poor throw from Miñoso. Sends Astroth out of third. That's the second error Astroth's benefited on while on second base to get him third. 2 singles and 2 strikeouts. Johnson shaking off the yips. It's top of the order. Spook Jacobs comes in. Runner at first, runner at third. 1 out remaining. Jacobs is on 1 for 4 a game, but top of the 7th was an RBI single. Lets that one go past for ball 1. Bases are there. Second base is open. So he's going to leave that one there. Give Don Johnson some space in case of the walk. No intentional here. 2-0. Johnson. Watches that hit's going to go up down the right field line. It's going to fall foul. Rivera's going to catch underneath that one. Takes the ball out. Foul territory down the right field pole line. That's your final out. That's your final inning. And that's your ball game. That's that for the White Sox and the Athletics. Got Connie back. And it is a subdued Athletics crowd. It's subdued in numbers as well. The Athletics really just testing out their players and finding out who they're going to want to take into the 1955 season as they hope to rebuild the team in a new city. White Sox march, though, continues. Got the Yankees and the Indians ahead of them. They're going to stay close. The Cleveland game score there, it's 5-2 there, so Cleveland 5, Washington 2. So it all stays square, the top three of the American. Cleveland on top, 91-36. Yankees 3.5 back. White Sox 4.5 back, and the Yankees 8 back on Cleveland. Game itself took a little bit of time to get going. I'd argue it really never got going. White Sox grinding out 3 runs over 4. Athletics just staying in touch with 1. And a little flourish at the end in a poor 8th inning for Charlie Bishop. Which gave the White Sox the buffer they need. No team really setting themselves alight. White Sox, though, don't know why they're chasing on the American League on the course for a 90-win season. Will it be enough to take them through to the Fall Classic? That remains to be seen. There's a month to go. There's opportunities to catch up. It'd be an amazing run if they did. Final numbers here. Well, the Athletics, well, being the White Sox, Athletics putting 7 hits, 1 error for their 2 runs. But it's the White Sox as the hitters. There's 12 hits, 2 errors posted, 5 runs in total. Wind is going to go to Jack Harshman, taking the 13-6. Save goes to Don Johnson. It's his 5th of the year. And Alex Kellner is going to pick up the loser's hook. Final score here: White Sox 5, Athletics 2. And we will carry on your Saturday afternoon and head over for the latest music out of the music hall scene.
This game was played in a sombre atmosphere. The day before, White Sox third baseman Cass Michaels was beamed in the temple, fracturing his skull and permanently ending his major league career. Doctors later said that Michaels would have died on the spot if not for the crude plastic sheet he fitted inside his own cap. Following Michaels' near-fatal injury, the Sox announced that all of their players would wear protective batting helmets starting in 1955, a decision that accelerated the adoption of batting helmets across Major League Baseball. Philadelphia starter Alex Kellner took his 17th loss of the season in this game. He would finish 1954 with a league-high 20 losses, making him the only sophomore pitcher in the modern era to win 20 games in a rookie season and lose 20 games the following year. White Sox catcher Sherm Lawler would go on to win 3 consecutive Gold Glove Awards, starting in 1957, and catch every game of the 1959 World Series. Widely regarded as one of the best catchers of the 1950s, he remains a notable absent legend from the Hall of Fame. Only 1,867 fans were in Connie Mack Stadium for this weekend game, highlighting the lack of support in Philadelphia. A few months after this game, in November 1954, the Cash Star franchise was officially sold to industrialist Arnold Johnson and relocated to Kansas City. This would not be the last time that the Athletics looked for a new home. This broadcast should not be considered a complete or fully accurate historical record. Nevertheless, that was our story of the game. We thank Crafting the Call, Retro Sheet, and Sports Reference. This is Classic Baseball Radio on Spotify, YouTube, and online at classicbaseballradio.com.